YouTube, what is crack-a-lack? And it is Scott from SemiPro here, and today we are doing our first edition of Let's Argue, where we will break down your hot takes, controversial opinions, and we will argue. That was a horrible intro. Real quick before the video starts though, make sure you click that thumbs up button, really does help us out a lot. And if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button. We post awesome sports content every single day. Watch the video, you'll enjoy it. I think I'm like 68% sure. And then you will obviously want to subscribe. It's going to be the first thing on your mind. I totally did rip off the idea of a Let's Argue video. Shout out Anthony Fantano, one of my favorite music YouTubers. But anyways, if you aren't familiar with the concept of a Let's Argue, basically what happens here is I send out a post, you guys underneath of it drop your hot takes, your controversial opinions, anything sports related that you think might be controversial, and I take those takes and I argue with them or agree with them in this video. This first take is from Browmaster. Josh Allen isn't as good as people say he is. I kind of agree with this. Josh Allen is just very, very raw. You've also got to keep in mind, he's going into just his third season in the league. He's got tons of arm talent. He might be the second best running quarterback in the league. He's accurate. He can do a lot of things on the field, but he has really poor decision-making skills, and sometimes his immaturity as a football player really shows, and he's not the most consistent with his accuracy, although he can do it. He's proven that. But anyways, I think Buffalo has put a great team around him. They're going to allow him to succeed. It's going to make people think he's better than he is. Right now, yes, I agree with you. He's a little bit overrated, but he certainly can develop because he has the talent necessary. The second take is from Mergriff457. He says Gardner Minshew is good enough to be a franchise quarterback. I disagree with this one, but it does kind of depend on what your definition of a franchise quarterback is. For me, I don't think Gardner Minshew is that guy. I think a franchise quarterback is someone who you pay him whenever he wants, and he can go win you games, not just the team around him is winning games with him at the quarterback. I don't think Gardner Minshew is that guy. I will say, though, I think he's a good game manager. I think he's a quality starter in the NFL down the road, and I wish him all the success in the world. I got to watch him a lot at Washington State. He definitely has talent and can run a system, but I don't see those discernible traits about his game that make him a guy who can take over a game and take over a season and single-handedly lead a team to a Super Bowl. The second take is from ya boy Sports. He says that if Saquon Barkley stays healthy, he will be the greatest running back of all time. I disagree with this. Can he be the greatest running back talent of all time? Certainly, he might already be actually. Saquon is a beast, but I don't think he will ever have the statistics necessary to really be at the top of that argument. Just the way the NFL is going, it's a pass-heavy league. Teams don't like to overwork running backs. Saquon will probably see a diminishing workload as his career goes on. Even if he stays healthy, I just don't think he ever has the numbers to compare to an Adrian Peterson, a Barry Sanders, any of those top running backs in NFL history right now. Saquon is certainly a beast, and he's going to have a great NFL career. The only reason I say he can't be one of the best of all time is just because of his workload. Ethan Hartley says that the Astros will prove that they don't have to cheat in order to be successful. I completely agree with this. The Astros have a great team full of guys who don't need to cheat to hit the baseball. I do not at all stand by what they did, and I don't think they would have won the World Series without it, but they are a loaded team, and they will certainly be very good this season. Soap Gang says Randy Moss is the best athlete to ever live. No Randy Moss slander here, but unfortunately, I have to take a hard disagree on this one. I think Randy Moss is one of the greatest athletes to ever play the wide receiver position. He was a burner, he's strong, he could jump, he could do it all. I mean, he translated that onto the football field, making himself one of the greatest wide receivers of all time, but I think saying that Randy is the greatest athlete ever does a disservice to guys like Bo Jackson, guys like LeBron, guys like Michael Jordan, guys like Wilt, that were just freakish athletes. Pound for pound, Randy Moss might be one of the greatest athletes of all time, but I think there are a whole list of guys who are just unquestionably ahead of him due to their size, how strong they were, how fast they were, and just their overall dominance as an athlete. Randy Moss was crazy in all of those categories, but just the size and the production just doesn't match. Bobby Schmurda's hat says that Carson Wentz earned the Eagles their Super Bowl in 2017. I totally agree with this take. take all the credit to Big Dick Nick in the world. He had an awesome run, took over the job, did everything right. It was a great run, one of the happiest moments of my life as an Eagles fan. It was awesome, but unfortunately, I just don't think any of that ever happens without the season Carson had, without the 13-win season, without the home field advantage. Nick just had perfect circumstances. He did a great job, no discredit to him, but I don't think the Eagles are able to make it through those playoffs without the home field advantage and without the position that they were in, thanks to Carson and his MVP caliber season, which he was robbed from, by the way. Bullet Club 72 says that Tom Brady wasn't ever that good. It was because of Bill Belichick. I've heard this argument a million times, and it never sounds any better to me. I mean, the thing is that Tom Brady... Bullet Club 72 says that Tom Brady wasn't ever that good. It was all Bill Belichick. I've heard this statement a million times, and it always just sounds like total BS to me. Yes, Tom Brady benefited greatly from the system that Bill Belichick ran. Yes, Tom Brady benefited greatly from being a New England Patriot. But the thing is that it took the perfect quarterback for that to happen. You can't just throw any guy in there and have a 2-decade-long run of winning Super Bowls year in and year out. It has to be the perfect guy. Tom took over the system, he ran it awesomely, he had a good arm, he made good choices, he made bad receivers look really good. Yes, he had a lot of help from the system, but Tom Brady was the guy who executed it. And if he wasn't good, he wouldn't have put up great numbers. He would have just been another game-managing quarterback, but he's constantly been in the MVP race his whole career. The Juice Alert says basically that the Redskins within 10 years will be a Super Bowl team, and Chase Young and Dwayne Haskins will be dominant. First thing I gotta say here is 10 years is a long window for something like that for me. I want to push it back to like 5 or 6 maybe. But yeah, I can see it happening. I can't say for sure that it will, but Dwayne Haskins is a very raw talent, but he has a lot of pieces there, and you know, if he can get the right coaching, get the right system, get the right players around him, he can develop into a top 10 quarterback, no problem. Chase Young's just going to be a beast no matter what, and I do think Ron Rivera will have a very good defense in Washington. He had some underrated units in Carolina. I'm sure he can build the same thing with the Redskins, name pending, by the way. But yeah, I mean, I can see this happening. I can see them becoming a great team because they have good infrastructure in place, and I do believe in Haskins. It's just really going to depend on his development. Last hot take, Jay Scat says that this season Sam Darnold will break out and become the best quarterback in the division. I completely agree with this. I'm really high on Sam Darnold. I've made multiple videos about him before. He's going to be held back by his coaching a little bit. He's going to be held back by his weapons, but the talent is all there with this guy. I don't think people really realize just how amazingly talented he is as a pass thrower. This guy has all the tools you need to be an elite quarterback in the NFL. Yes, he makes mistakes, but he's still young. He's a little bit of a late bloomer. It's okay. I think this is the season he will break out. The Jets might not be that good, so he might not get the credit, but Sam's going to improve a lot this year. That's going to do it for this edition of Let's Argue. Let me know in the comments section below if you like these videos and you want to see more of them. And if I didn't get to your take in this video, I'm sorry about that. There were a lot of them, more than I expected, honestly, so thank you guys for the support there. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button. We post awesome sports content every single day. Make sure you click that thumbs up. Thank you for watching and have a blessed rest of your day.